3. Occupancy classification. Locations governed by this code in which refrigerating systems may be placed are grouped by occupancy as follows. Institutional occupancy shall apply to that portion of the premises in which persons are confined to receive medical, charitable, educational, or other care or treatment, or in which persons are held or detained by reason of public or civic duty, including, among others, hospitals, nursing homes, asylums, sanitariums, police stations, jails, courthouses with cells, and similar occupancies. Public assembly occupancy shall apply to that portion of the premises in which persons congregate for civic, political, educational, religious, social, or recreational purposes, including, among others, armories, assembly rooms, auditoriums, ballrooms, bathhouses, bus terminals, broadcasting studios, churches, colleges, courthouses without cells, dance halls, department stores, exhibition halls, fraternity halls, libraries, lodge rooms, mortuary chapels, museums, passenger depots, schools, skating rinks, subway stations, theaters, enclosed portions of arenas, racetracks and stadiums, and similar occupancies. Residential occupancy shall apply to that portion of the premises in which sleeping accommodations are provided, including, among others, clubhouses, convents, dormitories, hotels, lodging houses, multiple-story apartments, residences, studios, tenements, and similar occupancies. Commercial occupancy shall apply to that portion of the premises used for the transaction of business, for the rendering of professional services, for the supplying of food, drink, or other bodily needs and comforts, for manufacturing purposes, or for the performance of work or labor, except as included under 3.15 Industrial occupancy, including, among others, bake shops, first storage, laboratories, loft buildings, markets, office buildings, professional buildings, restaurants, stores other than department stores, and similar occupancies. Industrial occupancy shall apply to an entire building or premises or to that portion of a building used for manufacturing, processing, or storage of material or products, including, among others, chemical, food, candy and ice cream factories, ice-making plants, meat packaging plants, refineries, perishable food, warehouses, and similar occupancies. In an industrial occupancy, when the number of persons in a refrigerated space served by a direct system on any floor above the first floor, ground level, or deck level exceeds one person per 100 square feet of floor area, the requirements of commercial occupancy shall apply unless that refrigerated space containing more than one person per 100 square feet of floor area above the first floor is provided with the required number of doors opening directly into approved building exits. Such refrigerated space shall be cut off from the rest of the building by tight construction with tight fitting doors. See 14.17. Note: the above does not prohibit openings for the passage of products from one refrigerated space to another refrigerated space. Mixed occupancy shall apply to a building occupied or used for different purposes in different parts. When the occupancies are cut off from the rest of the building by tight partitions, floors, and ceilings, and protected by self-closing doors, The requirements for each type of occupancy shall apply for its portion to the building or premises. For example, the cold storage spaces in retail frozen food lockers, hotels, and department stores might be classified under industrial occupancy, whereas other portions of the building would be classified under other occupancies. When the occupancies are not separated, the occupancy carrying the more stringent requirement shall govern. Adjacent locations. Equipment other than piping installed in locations adjacent to areas outlined in 3.1.1 through 3.1.6 and located outside of but less than 20 feet from any building openings shall be governed by the occupancy classification of the building. Equipment installed in a non-adjacent location, such as equipment in a separate building located 20 feet or more from an opening in any other building, shall be governed by the provision of 3.1. Refrigerating system classification by type. Refrigerating systems are classified by the method employed for extracting heat as follows. Direct system is one in which the evaporator is in direct contact with the material or space refrigerated or is located in air circulating passages, communications with such spaces. Double direct system is one in which an evaporative refrigerant is used in a secondary circuit to condense or cool a refrigerant in a primary circuit. For the purpose of this code, each system enclosing a separate body of an evaporative refrigerant shall be considered as a separate direct system. Indirect system is one in which a brine cooled by the refrigerant is circulated to the material or space refrigerated or is used to cool air so circulated. Indirect systems, which are distinguished by the type or method of application, are as given in the following paragraphs. Indirect open spray system is one in which a brine cooled by an evaporator located in an enclosure external to a cooling chamber is circulated to such cooling chamber and is sprayed therein. Indirect closed surface system is one in which a brine cooled by an evaporator located in an enclosure external to a cooling chamber is circulated to and through such a cooling chamber in pipes or other closed circuits. Indirect vented closed surface system is one in which a brine cooled by an evaporator located in a vented enclosure Indirect vented closed surface system is one in which a brine cooled by an evaporator located in a vented enclosure external to a cooling chamber is circulated to and through such cooling chamber in pipes or other closed circuits. Double indirect vented open spray system is one in which a brine cooled by an evaporator located in a vented enclosure is circulated through a closed circuit to a second enclosure where it cools another supply of a brine, and this liquid in turn is circulated to a cooling chamber and is sprayed therein. Number 5 is refrigerant classifications. General. Refrigerants shall be classified by their toxicity or flammability and accordingly are divided into groups as follows. Refrigerant name and chemical formula. Group 1, R11, trichlorofluoromethane, CCI3F. R12, dichlorodifluoromethane, CCI2F2. R13, chlorotrifluoromethane, CCIF3. R13B1, bromotrifluoromethane, CBRF3. R14, tetrafluoromethane, CF4. R21, dichlorofluoromethane, CHCI2F. R22, chlorodifluoromethane, CHCIF2. R30, dichloromethane, methylene chloride, CH2CI2. R113, trichlorotrifluoromethane, CCI2F, CCIF2. R114, dichlorotetrafluoroethane, CCIF2, CCIF2. R115, chloropentafluoroethane, CCIF2, CF3. RC318, octafluorocyclobutane, C4F9. R500, dichlorodifluoromethane, CCI2F2, 73.8%, and ethylene difluoride, 26.2%. CH3CHF2. R502, chlorodifluoromethane, CHCIF2, 48.8%, and chloropentafluoroethane, 51.2%. CCIF2, CF3. R503, trifluoromethane, 40.1%, and chlorotrifluoromethane, 59.9%. CHF3, CCIF3. R744, carbon dioxide, CO2. Those numbers should be all good. Just, if I missed one, it's kind of, I could barely see it. But that was group 1. Group 2, R40, methyl chloride, CH3CI. R611, methyl formate, HCOOCH3. R717, ammonia, NH3. R764, sulfur dioxide, SO2. That was group 2. Group 3 refrigerants. R170, ethane, C2H. I'm not sure what that is. Could be, it looks like a 6. R290, propane, C3H1. R600, butane, C4H10. R600A, isobutane, CH3. R1150, ethylene, C2H. I can't see that number, guys, so you'll have to look up the chemical formula for ethylene. It looks like a 4, so it might be C2H4. R1270, propylene, C3H. Have to look that one up too. Alright, that was group 1, group 2, and group 3. I don't think we have to know all of these gases, but that was just the picture there, and I was just kind of reading the refrigerant, then the name, and then the chemical formula of that refrigerant. Okay, 6. Requirements for institutional public assembly, residential and commercial occupancies. General. Public stairway, stair landing, entrance or exit. No portion of a refrigerating system shall be installed in or on a public stairway, stair landing, entrance or exit. Public hallway or lobby No portion of a refrigerating system shall interfere with free passage through these areas. No portion of a refrigerating system containing a Group 2 refrigerant shall be permitted in public hallways or lobbies of institutional or public assembly occupancies. Refrigerating systems installed in a public hallway or lobby shall be limited to A. Unit systems containing not more than the quantities of a Group 1 refrigerant specified in Table 1, or B. Sealed absorption system containing not more than 3 pounds of a Group 2 refrigerant when in residential and commercial occupancies. When the refrigerant containing parts of a system are located in one or more enclosed spaces, the cubical content of the smallest enclosed humanly occupied space other than the machinery room shall be used to determine the permissible quantity of refrigerant in the system. Where a refrigerating system has evaporator coils serving individual stories of a building, the story having the smallest volume shall be used to determine the maximum quantity of refrigerant in the entire system. When the evaporator is located in an air duct system, the cubical content of the smallest humanly occupied enclosed space served by the air duct system shall be used to determine the permissible quantity of refrigerant in the system. If the airflow to any enclosed space served by the air duct system cannot be shut off or reduced below 1/4 of its maximum, the cubical content of the entire space served by the air duct system may be used to determine the permissible quantity of refrigerant in the system. Where the return air space above a suspended ceiling is one continuous space and not an enclosed air duct in which the return air is confined, this space may be included in calculating the cubical content of the humanly occupied space. In institutional and public assembly occupancies, direct expansion coils or evaporators used for air conditioning and located downstream from and in proximity to a heating coil or located upstream within 18 inches of a heating coil shall be fitted with a pressure relief device discharging to the outside of the building in an approved manner, except that such a relief device shall not be required on unit or self-contained systems if the internal volume of the low side of the system, which may be shut off by valves, divided by the total weight refrigerant in the system, less the weight of refrigerant vapor contained in other parts of the system at 110 degrees, exceeds the specific volume of the refrigerant at critical conditions of temperature and pressure. Note, the above exemption is also stated in formula form below. There's the formula, looks V1 FW1 minus W2 shall be more than VGC, where V1 equals low side volume cubic feet, VGC equals specific volume, a critical condition of temperature and pressure, cubic feet per pound. W1 equals total weight of refrigerant in the system, pound. V2 equals total volume of system less V1 cubic feet. VGT equals specific volume of refrigerant vapor at 110 degrees, feet cube / pound. W2 equals V2 VGT equals weight of refrigerant vapor in V at 110 degrees. I'm going to end it right there because I'm going to run out of time. So I will continue later on Group 1 refrigerants. So that will be talking about Group 1 refrigerants. This is, again, refrigerating system classification by type. So that will be Group 1, then it'll be Group 2, and then it'll be Group 3. It would just say what refrigerant is allowed to be able to be used in a commercial, residential, or institutional occupancy. Alright guys, everybody have a good day. I hope you guys can understand me, and I hope I'm not going fast. I try to do it the best that I can I only have a limited time before the clock runs out. So alright, later.